Donald Trump's presidency is crumbling under the weight of his own physical and mental decline, a truth the White House is scrambling to conceal with flimsy lies and laughable excuses. A leaked video has shattered their carefully curated facade, exposing a frail, confused, and increasingly erratic Trump. A man whose grip on reality is slipping faster than his administration's credibility. From his swollen ankles to his fabricated tales of praise, the evidence of Trump's unraveling is undeniable, and his team's desperate cover-up only deepens the humiliation of a leader who promised strength but delivers only chaos. Let's dive into the mess that is Donald Trump's second term, where the cracks in his persona are becoming impossible to ignore. At 79, Trump is the oldest president ever inaugurated, and his health, both physical and cognitive, is collapsing in plain sight. The White House, led by the woefully incompetent Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, is in full panic mode, peddling absurd explanations to distract from the obvious. Trump is not the inexhaustible titan they claim, but a frail man teetering on the edge of collapse. His chronic venous insufficiency, a condition causing his ankles to swell to cartoonish proportions, is just the tip of the iceberg. Photographs from recent events, whether at the FIFA Club World Cup or in the Oval Office, show a president whose body is betraying him, with bulbous ankles spilling over his shoes and bruises on his hands slathered in makeup to hide the truth. This isn't the image of a robust leader. It's a portrait of a man in decline, clinging to power while his administration scrambles to prop him up. The White House's attempts to spin this are nothing short of pathetic. Leavitt, with all the finesse of a toddler caught in a lie, insists Trump's energy surpasses any other president in history. Really? The same man who can't remember basic interactions or distinguish fact from fiction? During a recent 3-hour cabinet meeting, Trump's team trotted out this marathon as proof of his vigor, but sources close to the administration paint a different picture. According to Michael Wolff, a biographer who's peeked inside Trump's chaotic inner circle, even his loyalists privately admit he's mortal, and one day he'll just go over. They see the end coming, yet they're too busy fawning over him to prepare for the fallout. This is a presidency built on denial, where sycophants like Texas Representative Ronnie Jackson, whose medical license is as dubious as his claims about Trump living to 200, keep feeding the myth of an indestructible leader. The reality? Trump's body and mind are failing, and no amount of grandiose rhetoric can hide it. The leaked video that set the internet ablaze is the smoking gun Democrats have been waiting for. In it, Trump's cognitive decline is laid bare, a humiliating display of a man lost in his own delusions. The clip, which the White House fought to keep under wraps, shows Trump spinning a fantastical tale about Maryland Governor Wes Moore, calling him the greatest president of my lifetime. Moore, a rising Democratic star, swiftly debunked this nonsense, recounting how Trump's obsession with his appearance derailed their conversation at the Army-Navy game. Instead of discussing policy, Trump fixated on Moore's looks, only to later invent a story of lavish praise. When Moore declined Trump's invitation to sit with him, choosing instead to join the cadets and midshipmen, it was a subtle but devastating rejection. A governor brushing off a president too confused to notice he was being ignored. Fox News, in a rare moment of accidental journalism, aired a clip disproving Trump's claim, but conveniently omitted the most damning moment: Trump's bewildered reaction when confronted with reality. This isn't just a lie. It's a window into a mind that can't separate fact from fiction. Trump's cognitive stumbles are becoming a daily spectacle, each one more embarrassing than the last. He's not just misremembering events, he's crafting entire alternate realities. At his marathon cabinet meeting, he doubled down on the Wes Moore fantasy, even after being publicly corrected. This isn't the behavior of a sharp leader. It's the hallmark of a man whose brain is betraying him. His speeches, once bombastic if incoherent, now veer into pudding-like ramblings, jumping from one unrelated topic to another. He'll pivot from crime statistics to the Cracker Barrel logo, as if renaming a restaurant chain is a pressing national issue. This is a president who thinks the Gulf of Mexico should be the Gulf of America, a man more concerned with interior design than governing. His obsession with trivialities, redesigning the rose garden into a concrete eyesore or slapping his name on anything that moves, reveals a mind unmoored, grasping at distractions to mask his inability to lead. The White House's cover-up is as clumsy as it is desperate. Leavitt's explanation for Trump's bruised hands, blaming frequent handshaking and aspirin use, is the kind of excuse you'd expect from a child caught drawing on the walls. Handshaking? Really? The man's hands look like they've been through a meat grinder, and the makeup caked over the bruises only draws more attention to them. As for his swollen ankles, the chronic venous insufficiency diagnosis is real. But the White House's insistence that it's benign and common downplays its implications. This condition, caused by damaged veins pooling blood in the legs, can lead to painful ulcers and reduced mobility if untreated. Trump's lifestyle, sedentary, overweight, and golf-obsessed, puts him at high risk for complications, yet his team pretends it's no big deal. The Cleveland Clinic notes that chronic venous insufficiency affects up to 40% of adults. But for a 79-year-old with Trump's health profile, it's a warning sign of deeper issues. The White House knows this, which is why they're dodging questions and cropping photos to hide his swollen limbs. It's a cover-up so blatant, it's almost satirical. But the health scandal is just one piece of the Trump administration's dysfunction. His obsession with controlling the Federal Reserve is a masterclass in authoritarian overreach, a desperate bid to shift blame for his economic failures. Trump promised to lower costs for American families on day one. Yet 230 days into his term, prices for groceries, utilities, housing, and even back-to-school supplies are soaring. Elizabeth Warren, a Democratic titan, has called this out with surgical precision. Trump's economic policies are costing Americans, no matter who they voted for. His attack on the Federal Reserve's independence is a transparent ploy to dodge accountability. By threatening to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook and meddling with interest rates, Trump is trying to pin the economy's slide on anyone but himself. It's a classic Trump move. Create a crisis, blame someone else, and declare victory when the dust settles. But Americans aren't buying it. They see the higher costs, the empty promises, and a president too confused to address them. Trump's fixation on fake problems only underscores his disconnection from reality. Take his bizarre obsession with crime statistics, which he manipulates to paint Democrats as soft on crime. Governor Wes Moore, in a scathing rebuke, dismantled Trump's narrative, pointing out that Baltimore's crime rate has dropped significantly under Democratic leadership. While Trump's predecessor in Maryland oversaw a near doubling of homicides, Moore's administration has invested in community programs, law enforcement, and technology to curb violence. Trump's response: a jeering cackle and a claim that he's winning a political game against Democrats. This isn't leadership. It's a man playing make-believe while real communities suffer. Moore's refusal to play along, calling out Trump's lies and rejecting his invitation at the Army-Navy game, exposes the president as a laughingstock, a leader whose delusions are matched only by his incompetence. The mainstream media's reluctance to cover Trump's decline is infuriating, but not surprising. Outlets like Fox News cherry-pick clips to prop up his narrative, conveniently editing out moments that reveal his mental fragility. When Will Cain aired a segment meant to bolster Trump's Wes Moore claim, he inadvertently showed the president's lie unraveling, only to omit the most humiliating part: Trump's blank stare when confronted with the truth. This selective reporting is complicity, plain and simple. The media's refusal to call a spade emboldens Trump's team to keep lying. But the truth is leaking out. Social media is buzzing with images of Trump's swollen ankles and bruised hands, and a Care 2 petition demanding his full medical records has gained traction, with supporters arguing that a president with his finger on the nuclear button can't hide his health. The public deserves transparency, not a White House that treats Trump's decline like a hangnail. Trump's administration is a house of cards, propped up by loyalists who know the truth but lack the courage to admit it. From Leavitt's bumbling press briefings to Jackson's discredited medical reports, the team around Trump is as dysfunctional as he is. They're not just covering up his health issues. They're enabling a presidency that's spiraling out of control. Every day brings a new embarrassment, whether it's Trump's incoherent rants about crime or his bizarre focus on renaming geographic landmarks. This is a man who thinks changing the Cracker Barrel logo is a policy win, a leader so divorced from reality that he's become a caricature of himself. The leaked video, the swollen ankles, the bruised hands. They're not just symptoms of a failing body, but of a failing presidency. Trump's promise of strength has been exposed as a sham, and his humiliation is complete.